I have decided to discuss the grounded theory designs. So what is it? According to the Grounded Theory Institute, it is a general research method that guides you on data collection and then analyzing that data. It's also a research tool that enables you to seek out and envision social patterns, and the data that you collect can be quantitative or qualitative. And then according to John Creswell, grounded theory designs are systematic, qualitative procedures that researchers use to generate general explanations about a process or action among people. So how was it developed? It was actually developed by two American sociologists, Glasser and Strauss, and it came about from a study they were doing in 1965 of the awareness of dying. And this just kind of led them to discover that you needed to make sure that you receive equal treatment when doing social research, that everybody was treated fairly, and they were just aware of this and really focused on how did we treat people when doing research studies. So when would grounded research be the study you might want to use? So many researchers, they tend to use this as a jumping off point for their qualitative research. It can help you discover behavior patterns that are contextual to your research situation. It should also provide insightful meanings that will fit your research. And then your purposes, it's just going to depend on kind of the size and nature of your actual research study. So the key characteristics. There are 6 characteristics. The process approach, which is a series of interactions and outcomes among a group of people regarding your study. Theoretical sampling, which refers to the ongoing process of coding the data and comparing that data and grouping your data. So basically just analyzing and finding out everything about your data. Then constant comparison. This is the process of comparing like with like and just figuring out the emerging pattern that's coming from your study. Then we have the core category, which basically just portrays your main theme of study. And theory generation. And this outcome of grounded theory research is to construct a theory that explains a study phenomenon from your data. And finally, memo. So this, according to Levitra and Crozy from a 2009 study, argued that memo writing is a good way to keep all of your ideas and concepts organized throughout your research process. So then our types of design. There are 3 types that you could look at: the systematic design, emerging design, and the constructivist design. So when using grounded theory, what ethical issues arise? Since grounded theory is largely based on interviews, of course there are some ethical issues that might happen. So first off, it's important to declare the purpose of the study, and knowing that it should kind of emerge as you are interviewing your participants. And then another issue is that through your interviews, it might be questioned about kind of the power and authority, making sure that your participants feel like they have the appropriate voice to give the answers they are wanting to share with you. So what is the process of grounded theory? There are several steps, 8 steps in fact. So I will just kind of quickly go over those. Step 1 is to decide if grounded theory is actually the best design to use. Step 2 is to identify a process to study. So your process, it might emerge during your project, but you also need to have an idea of what that will be when you're in step 2 of this. Then step 3 is seeking appropriate approval and access. Step 4 is then to conduct your theoretical sampling. And collecting data is going to help you really develop your theory. And then you also will probably have to rely on interviews to kind of best capture that experience as well. Step 5 is to code the data. So that's kind of organizing your data, putting it into groups to just better organize it and help you later when going back to actually write your research. Step 6 is to use selective coding to help develop that theory. And so this is just kind of that final step of going through all of your interviews and work that you have done. Step 7 is validating your theory. So just making sure, well, it makes sense to participants. Is it accurate? Everything's in order. It makes sense. And then finally, step 8 is to write your research report. So with quality. In a high-quality grounded theory study, some combinations of the factors exist below, and I found all of this information from a textbook written by John Creswell. And so that is all of my information about the grounded theory design. These final 2 slides are my works cited. I found a variety of resources, but most of my information did come from John Creswell.